Hey everybody, welcome to Live at 5. My name's Jack, and this is Island Music Company's Live at 5. I've already said that. Well, let's roll. This is great. Thanks for tuning in with us today. Today is the first time we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So wherever you are out there, thanks for hanging out. We got some cool things to go. This is going to be a distraction. I'm going to lean on this all the time. I like to talk with my hands. I'm an active person, so I'm going to be doing all kinds of things. So and it moves. This is fun. All right, so we got a few guitars we're going to talk about today. Before we go too far, I want to remind everybody that our new fully serviced, up and running repair shop is ready to go. So if you have a guitar that needs restrung, set up, maybe the humidity is kind of getting to it and you want to make some corrections as far as like your neck needs adjusted, you just want to get it in general set up. I mean, the neck is your biggest victim to humidity because it's going to go back and forth and all that. But we have everything like we mentioned last week to control humidity as well. But maybe your guitar just needs some TLC because it's been sitting out too long or hasn't been played at all in a while. So bring it on in, and we'd be happy to get you with the setup, a super tune, restring, whatever you need to get rolling. We can help you out with that. Let's jump into some stuff here first. I'm going to go into Washburn. This is the Washburn N4. This is the Nuno Betancourt signature model. This tends to be the most sought after of the Nuno models out there from Washburn. What they do with these is they go, I'm running out of words here. It's almost the perfect set to scale replica of the N4 that he plays. Every, like wear and tear on the body. You have the Steven extender guitar cut on the neck to make it accessible for the higher frets. The mailbox type letters on the body. But you're also looking at the Seymour Duncan 59 in the neck and the Bill Lawrence L500 in the bridge to help drive home that classic tone that everyone affiliates with Nuno Betancourt. So this is in from Washburn. This just came in a few days ago. So these do not last long. Jake, is this one listed online?
I'm looking at it right now.
All right. Jake's going to see if this one's listed online. Once these get listed online, they don't last very long because we get it listed on a few different sites. It's listed on all three. So if you are interested in this guitar, be sure to check out. It'll either be on eBay, Reverb, or our website. Some extra features about this. I was so focused on the electronics and how I like the relicing and wear and tear. This uses it's an ebony fretboard, alder body, maple neck. This we have from Rickenbacker. This is the 620. It is a solid body guitar, which I've recently discovered that most people don't know that Rickenbacker even makes a solid body model. Everyone's so used to all the semi-hollows and the basses that they forget the 620 exists. What a lot of people also don't know is Rickenbacker is primarily responsible for the first ever electric guitar. Well, commercialized electric guitar. Someone in a basement could have had one, we'll never know. But they had one everyone referred to as the frying pan lap steel guitar, and that was like the first electric guitar that was commercially out there. So when rock and roll started come knocking and they needed something to keep up and compete with that, you get introduced to the Rickenbacker 620. One thing that's really cool about Rickenbacker in general is that everything is a legacy model. There's nothing new. So where companies like Fender, PRS, Gibson, Martin, Taylor, you can just keep listing. They're always coming up with something new, something that they feel is like the new defining line of their brand. Rickenbacker says, oh really? Here's a 620. Here's a 360. Here's a 4003. It stays the same, and it's really nice. You know what you're getting when you buy a Rickenbacker. This is the 620 in Fire Glow. It's all maple, from the neck to the body. Obviously, the fingerboard is not maple. And then the 620s also feature the Rico Sound electronics. So if you want to have each pickup running out independently in a stereo type manner, that's how you go there. That's really all the defining features on there. It's solid body, but it's not a heavy guitar. It's a nice lightweight style guitar. Comes with a Rickenbacker style case, and we got it here in stock in the Fire Glow finish. And like any other live stream, we'll always come back and go over everything. And sorry, tripped on the carpet. We'll always go back and revisit everything at the end and go over it all again. This one's really cool. This is a trade-in that we got this week. This is the Rickenbacker Eldorado 250. The serial number dates this guitar back to 1986. It is a bolt-on neck. The only issue with these guitars is that Rickenbacker purists don't really consider it to be a Rickenbacker. It's kind of like how, this is me generally speaking, but this is how my friends from Canada don't consider it a loss in hockey if you lose in a shootout because they think the game should just continue to play until the next goal scored. It's kind of like how people don't consider this to be a pure Rickenbacker because it's got the bolt-on neck, it has the different pickups, and it just stands out a little bit. The original bridge, so this is a replacement, but the original bridge and the original knobs all are in the case, and what we believe to be the strap that came with it is also in the case, all in the original case. Still hand built in the USA. It was a rosewood fingerboard maple body, and it has shielded single coil pickups, but they allow you to have properties very similar to humbuckers. They're a nice high gain kind of tone to them. But yeah, this was the Eldorado. This was kind of like having a Rick without spending big money on a Rick. This was like, it's not quite the S series, because you know they have the 4003S, so it'd be like a lesser quality than that, but still a great guitar. But it's still a phenomenal way to like buy a Rick. It's kind of like, I'd say a great example of this is how Epiphone has what's called their standard series right now, and you get those guitars and they're a nice nitro satin finish, come with a hard case, have Gibson pickups and electronics, and you could argue that they might be a little bit better than the Tribute series from Gibson. This was kind of like the equivalent to that. It's not quite Squier to Fender or cheap Epiphone to Gibson. It's more like the Epiphone standards to Gibson, like Studios and Tributes. So, yeah, this is the Eldorado 250 from 1986. It is a used guitar, of course, but it is new to us. This is not listed online yet. Right now, it's going to go back, after we finish this live stream, it's going to go back to our repair shop, where we are going to fully clean the body. We're going to put the original knobs back on. We're going to restring it, clean up the headstock. There's some, fingerprints just from tuning it and restringing. Just a little, some cosmetic cleanup is really what we're going to do. And then we're going to give it a full setup, action warranty, and everything. It's going to come back looking phenomenal. It's already in phenomenal shape. We're just going to give it a good once over, clean it up, get it ready. So keep an eye online. Once we get it all ready for sale, we'll post pictures of it on our social medias. So once you see the pictures of it, it's ready to go. It's technically ready to go right now. It's just not online. So you can always call us or come into the shop and see it. And if you are interested in buying it, or if you just want to go ahead and purchase it straight out without even checking it out, we will rush the job of getting it cleaned up and ready for you. So this was the Eldorado 250 from 1986. This last guitar here that I have is super interesting. It's one of my favorite pieces that we get at the shop, because here at Island Music, we love getting weird stuff. Like, weird stuff. Jazz guitars with oval sound holes with like a weird suspended type bridge. Double neck ukuleles. It's a thing. We've had them. We just love weird stuff. It's cool. And the most interesting thing about it is that where some stores might end up sitting on something a little off the wall or something that's super unique, and we'll never sell this, it's never going to go anywhere, someone's going to buy it. One of my dream purchases, one thing I would love to own one day, is a 5-string tenor ukulele. And it's not something you're just going to see in any music store, but we've had them here from time to time, and one day I will own one. 8-string baritones are phenomenal. There's just all kinds of things. We have a 7-string acoustic. We have an acoustic with fan frets that like I said, I could go on. There's phenomenal stuff. And off-the-wall kind of things are great. But the best off-the-wall products, I think, exist in the world of acoustic instruments. This is the Eastman MDC 804. It's the Mando cello. A Mando cello is tuned very much like a mandolin. It's tuned in fifths, but it starts on your bass C, or what I've been told is known as C2. I'm just saying that because I don't know if that's 100% accurate, so I'm quoting it and I'm saying it's something I've been told because I don't really know if bass C is C2. My theory is not quite there. But starting on C, tunes in fifths from there. The oval sound hole allows for a throatier type sound, because if you could hear it like straight on, it's not super clear, but it's not dirty, it's not muddy. What's cool about these is that this has a solid spruce top and it has a gorgeous flame maple body. The easiest way to consider what this is and how to classify it would be if the mandolin family had its own baritone, kind of like how we have baritone acoustics, baritone electrics. This would be the baritone of the mandolin family. They have the, was it the ebony fingerboard? Yep, ebony fingerboard. Go to open gear mandolin style tuners on the back. These are amazing. We just got this in probably about a week ago. And we say this a lot, but because this is one of those unique things, it really doesn't hang out very long. I think the average shelf life on a Mando cello is usually about a month, maybe a month and a half. They're one of the more unique pieces. It's something I really love. Whenever a customer wants to see one, I do not hesitate to pull it out and show them the Mando cello, because there's just all kinds of capability to this thing. You can add electronics to it. They do not come with electronics, but the LR bag systems work really well. A mandolin pickup does the trick. They have a few other options, because your biggest hurdle is going to be how you mount it. They use a tailpiece because I think they're aware people want to add electronics to it, so they use a tailpiece that gives you space to add the output jack there. And then the mandolin pickup's probably your best bet because it's just that style bridge. Or if you find something that's like archtop style, it's going to fit right in there. There's no real saddle, so you can't put like a piezo type thing under the saddle. But yeah, very unique piece. We love getting these here. If you're interested in this type of instrument or like this world or classification of instruments, we also have mandolas. We have octave mandolins. We have all kinds of stuff. We have a room full of ukuleles that has all types of unique ukuleles. Like there's like the guitaleles, the banjolales, all kinds of stuff. We have a couple cigar box ukuleles from time to time, and anything. So come on in and check out the Mando cello. We'll probably get it out on the floor here soon, but as of right now, it's just hanging out in the warehouse. And it is online on all three sites? Yep. On all three sites. So the Mando cello from Eastman. The MDC 804? 804, I was right. Yeah, look at that. So those are the four, like, let's talk about those things real quick. Those are the four items I wanted to show off this week. This is the first week in a while we didn't have one custom shop from Fender or Jackson or whatever come through the door, so that's pretty interesting. We have plenty more in order, so don't worry about that. I also wanted to, let's see, we are halfway through the month of January. Pretty soon we're going to be figuring out what's going to happen this year, and then of course things always unfold. In February, we have an open date for whoever would like to go to PRS and design their private stock guitar. Now, when I say whoever, unfortunately, it's not an open invite to just take a group of people and go design a guitar. That'd be really cool. PRS might be mad at us if I just showed up with like 20 people. I was like, they all just want to design one. But no, this is specifically for someone who wants to design and purchase their own private stock guitar. All we require is that you make your deposit with us, so that way we can lock in the trip. The deposit is non-refundable because it is going towards a larger purchase of a guitar. But once you make your deposit and we secure the time, I believe, let me check my calendar here. I want to say it's February 7th. They're usually Wednesdays. It was either February 7th or February 8th, which would be the Thursday. And we have up until like that week to book it. So if like February 5th, you're like, let's do it, call me. We'll get you squared away. You can email me, call me, message the store, email the store directly, whatever you want to do. But we'll get your deposit locked in. And then here's the cool part. So we'll go up to the factory. I will personally meet you there. And because they're just in Stevensville, it's about an hour and a half from here in La Plata. We meet at PRS. You get to take a private tour. So it's not an open group tour. It's you and whoever from PRS is taking you on the tour that day. And you get to see everything. You'll start in the receiving department. You'll go through where they'll show you how they build the necks and how the S2 necks are different from the core model necks. They'll take you through where everything gets the inlay work. They'll show you where they use the CNC machines. They'll take you through the paint booth. They'll take you through final setup and electronics. They'll take you through quality control where they decide if a guitar needs to go all the way back and get touched up again. And you'll go through all that. After all that, you grab lunch. PRS will treat you to lunch. And then, after all that, you get to sit down in the wood library with Paul Miles, who is the head of the private stock division at PRS. And you sit in this enclosed private room with some of the nicest blocks of bodies and neck wood and everything you could ever imagine. My breath gets taken away whenever I walk in there because it's such a beautiful collection of wood grains and just finishes, everything. It's a phenomenal experience. We just took our second customer for the year up. Second very recently. First for this year, we took someone back in November. We took someone this month, yesterday actually. And we'll be posting pictures from their visit here soon. It's a great experience. And if you've ever considered the option, the possibility of having a guitar that you designed, you spec'd out, this is the way to go. So if you are interested in designing your own PRS and having something built from the private stock factory at PRS, give us a call here at the shop. Ask to speak with me. My name is Jack, and I'd be happy to help you get this set up, and I'd be thrilled to go through this experience with you, to meet you at PRS, and to help you design the guitar of your dreams. It's a phenomenal experience. If you ever had questions about the quality of private stock guitars, we have some in stock here. So swing by the shop and we'd be happy to get you set up and see what you think. This invitation is not just for people in the state of Maryland. If you don't live in Maryland and you're a fan of Island Music and you watch our live streams, or you just happen to catch this video, by all means, this works for you. Now, you are responsible for your travel. So say if you live in Missouri or Minnesota or Arizona or whatever, and you want to make this, you're responsible for your travel. But we would love to be able to help you make this opportunity come true. So no matter where you are, if you're in the United States, call me, message me, we'll get you set up. Just because you live across the country doesn't mean you also shouldn't have the ability to build your dream guitar. So let's go back through the guitars that we did pull and talk about today, and we'll sign out from there. So first was the Washburn N4, the Nuno Betancourt. This has, like I said, the Stevens extender, extended cutaway neck, so it allows you easy access to the higher frets. It has kind of like the worn body and everything that would be on Nuno Betancourt's N4, the mailbox style letters. Let's see here. We're looking at, like I said, the Seymour Duncan 59 and the Lawrence L500 in the bridge. It was the alder body, maple neck, ebony fingerboard. We're going to the Rickenbacker 620, like the original rock and roll style guitar. All maple minus the rosewood fingerboard. The single coil wheel pickups, phenomenal guitar. Stereo Rico sound if you wanted to get the independent pickup control on your output there. The used Rickenbacker Eldorado 250 from 1986. This again was the maple finish and everything. This was the maple body. I was right there. The single coil pickups that have that characteristic very much like the humbuckers. So if you want something a little more high gain type, not like metal high gain, but just a little bit brighter on the output, this is a cool way to go. Bolt on neck, fire glow type style finish, phenomenal guitar. And like I said, we have the original knobs, bridge, strap, and case all with the guitar. And then the odd one of the bunch, the Eastman MDC 804 Mandocello. Solid spruce top, gorgeous flame maple body. Remember, it's tuned like a mandolin, except it's starting on C, but it's tuned like a mandolin as far as the orders of fifths. And yeah, this is, like I said, one of the more unique things. A lot of these guitars here tend to not last very long. That's why I kind of wanted to highlight them today. I can't speak for the used one. That's our first time having an Eldorado in the shop used. But the 620 is a very popular Rickenbacker. The N4 is very popular from Washburn. And the MDC 804 is very popular from Eastman. So thanks for tuning in today. My name's Jack. This was Live at 5. And don't forget to give us a shout if you're interested in building your own PRS private stock guitar. See you next week.